Hello, this is Emmanuel Olatunji, aka Iga, the exceptional being, and I am the executive publisher of TEBEBA Global Publishing Limited. At TEBEBA, we take the stress of writing off you and help you publish, brand, print, and promote your book. So if you are looking forward to becoming a celebrated author, TEBEBA is a place to reach out to. Okay? All right. So today I'll be speaking on publishing. I did a video notifying you that my next video will be on publishing. This is the first series in the video, and today I will be telling you what publishing is all about. I have realized that a whole lot of people today don't really know what publishing really entails in this century, and that is the purpose for today's video. What publishing, was in the 20th or 17th or 18th century is quite different from what publishing is in the 21st century. So it is important that you know what publishing really is in this century. So what is publishing really? What is publishing? And when I'm talking about publishing, I am talking about book publishing. Book publishing. There are different types of publishing, but today I am focusing on book publishing, and that is just what I am really all about, book publishing. So what is book publishing? What do you need to know about book publishing? That is exactly what I will be teaching you in this video. A whole lot of people, when they reach out to me, they kind of get confused about what publishing really is, and I have defined publishing in a very simple way. So what is publishing? Based on my own definition, publishing is, the creative work that goes into, producing a book. I'll repeat that again. Publishing is all the creative work that goes into getting a book from that point of manuscript to becoming, a book itself. What many people don't know is that when you write a book, so to say, that is when you have gotten all your thoughts, ideas, and probably maybe stories into a document. That document is not yet a book. Of course, some people call it a book, but it's not yet a book. It is a manuscript, or you call it maybe a draft. It is not yet a book. It is still a draft. It has not yet been published. The reason is that no creative work aside writing has gone into it. So what publishing means is that when you start the creative process, when you begin all the creative process, and when I'm talking about the creative process, I'm talking about the designing, the editing, the proofreading, the inner layout, the promoting, and all that. When you begin those processes, then you can say you have published a book. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, that what publishing was in the 20th or in the 17th century is different from what it is now. In the 20th century or thereabouts, before you can say you've published a book, at least people must see the physical book in your hand. And whenever anybody says, I have published a book, in those centuries, that means they have actually printed a book. They have a book that you can see and you can feel, you can touch. But in this age, because everything has gone digital, you don't have to print a book before you can now say you have published a book. So when some people reach out to us, in TEBEBA, and they'll say that I want to, publish a book. Sometimes what they mean is that they want to print a book because they've already published a book. So what they just want is to print a book. So it's important you know the difference. When you have undergone all the creative process, in birthing your own book, then you can say you have your book, or you have a book, even if the book has not yet been printed. Because in today's age, your book can exist in both the digital form, which is what we call ebook, or in hard copy or paperback. So that is why there is a difference. We have ebook and paperback. Both are books. And even if your book is still in ebook form, that does not mean you are not a published author. Some people still feel like they are not yet an author until maybe they have, a physical book in their hand. No. If you understand what publishing means, then you will know that you are already an author. The moment you, invest into that document, that written work that you've already done, the moment you invest into it, the moment maybe you submit it to an editor starts working on it, and then you get a designer or you meet a publisher that would, take over the entire publishing process. Even if you are not printing that work at that moment, you are already a published author. That is exactly what publishing means. So it is important you know this. And that is why in library board, we have ISBN for ebook and ISBN for paperback. Most people don't know this. Some people just say that I need an ISBN. It is important to know what type of ISBN you need. If ebook is not a book, or if you are not yet an author, even if you have an ebook, then there will not be need for you for library board to have another ISBN specifically for ebooks. It is because ebook is also a book, but in another version, in just a digital version. That is why the E in the book is electronic. So you cannot hold it in your hand, but with phone or maybe laptop or any other device, you can access the book. It is a book. And if you have your book in digital form or as an ebook, it does not mean you are not an author. Now, does not mean that you shouldn't strive to get your book printed. As you can see right there, those are my printed books. So I am not discouraging you that you should just leave. You can start with ebook, but then always have the vision to print your book. So there are differences between publishing and printing. Printing basically, is when you are talking about printing a book, you are printing the finished work, you are printing a published work already, because you cannot, except maybe you just want to print a manuscript. That's why printing is just to print something. If you take your document unedited, if you take it to a printer and said, print this for me, they will print it out for you the way it is. But can you now say you have a book? No, that is not a book. It has not yet been published. So before you can say you have published a book, that means several creative work has gone into that manuscript. Several creative work, from publishing to proofreading, from editing to proofreading, to designing your cover, to designing the inner layout, to formatting, to converting. All these are the creative work that goes into publishing your book. So once you have gone through all those processes, you can now say you have a book published. Then you can decide to take that your published book to a printer, and they will print exactly what you already have. The printer's work is just to print what you already have. A printer is not doing anything creative. You will just put your whatever you give him to a machine, and the machine will print it out. And that is that's the major difference between publishing and printing. So don't get confused. When you say you want to publish a book, know what you are talking about. When you say you want to print a book, know what you are printing about. But the focus of this video is to tell you what publishing really entails. So if you want to publish a book, you need to understand that that manuscript you have with you is not yet a book. It is just a draft. It is just a draft. Even if it has been edited and proofread, it is still not yet a draft. You need to now take that edited, it is not yet a book rather. So you need to take that draft or that edited document to a publisher like us. You can reach us at TEBEBA, and then would take that manuscript and bet it into a fantastic book for you. And once you have a book, once you have your ebook, there are platforms that you can even start selling your ebook. There are platforms out there that you can start selling your ebook and start making money from it. So you don't need to have a physical book before you can start making money as a publisher. My first book was in only digital form, and it earned me 6 figures in just 2 weeks of publishing that book. So that is it. So are you thinking about what publishing entails? I believe now you know what publishing really is. Till I come your way another time, remember to be the best version of yourself. Bye for now.